All right, let's look at an example specifically with banker's rule. Okay, so here we have an amount is of $3,780 is borrowed, so that's our P. On January 10th at 14% interest, so R is 14% or 0.14, and then we're not told anything about that, so we're going to assume that's yearly. Okay, and then we're told how much is used to settle, so that's $4,091.64 is needed to settle, and we're trying to figure out on what date that this is settled, and we're using banker's rule. Okay, so banker's rule again is exact ordinary. Okay, so let's use a different color. Banker's rule, exact number of days, ordinary interest. Okay, so if this is ordinary interest, that means we have 360 days in a year. Okay, but we're going to use the same equation that we did before. T equals I over PR, but again we don't know what I is, so we have to find I. Okay, so let's go ahead and find I. So I is going to be S minus P, so it's the interest earned, so it'll be 4091.64 minus 3780. So in this case, the interest earned by the lender is $311.64. Then when we plug all of this in, thank you, we're going to get 311.64 over our P, which was 3780 from over here. It's our P times our 14%. So again, we want to be careful with our keystrokes. We want to make sure this whole thing is in the denominator. So I'm just going to write that real quick. Because again, you want to make sure you have parentheses around that whole denominator. So when we do that, we get T to be approximately 0.58888, and the 8s keep repeating, years. But again, we want to use exact days, so we have to convert this to days. Ordinary interest. So we're going to multiply by 360, so times 360 days in a year. So that's where our ordinary interest comes in. Oops. So when we do that, we get T is approximately 212 days. And now we're going to take that forward from January 1st. Now because it's less than 360, we know we're in the same year, so we don't have to worry about that. So, and we're going to again assume not a leap year. So we get January 1st, or January 10th. We're trying to figure out where we end up, and we have 212 days to spend. So in January, we'd have 21 days left, because again, we're using exact number of days. In February, we'd have 28. March, 31. April, we'd have 30. June, we're at, or sorry, I skipped May. It's easy to skip a month, so be careful. And May 31, June 30, July 31. And I know it's going to be at least 7 full months-ish, because I'm at over 210, and 210 is 7 times 30, so it's about 7 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means that whatever days are left over are going to be in August. Then when we do a subtotal of these days, you should get 202. Go ahead and pause it and make sure you can get there. So that means that left in August, we have 10 days. So our answer would be August 10th of whatever the not a leap year is. So we'll say 2021, because if we assume that this is 2021, then it would be that year. Or you could say of the same year. And if it was a leap year, then we'd have the extra day in February, so it would be August 9th. So it would still be really close. but plus or minus 1 can make a big difference, which is why it's really important to show your work and how this is handling it. Because again, I'm going to be looking for this equation. I'm going to be looking for I somewhere on your sheet. And then I'm going to be looking for your approximate t, and then your t in days, and then this calculation, playing it out. Because again, we're trying to understand how the calculator functions in this class, which is why we don't use financial calculators.